Elon Musk sharing himself on X that Tesla will unveil its long-awaited robotaxi on August 8th. The news sending shares of Tesla up after hours. Phil Lebeau joining us on the phone on this breaking story. Phil.
You know, Brian, when you look at this, this is one of those that's going to have more speculation than anything, because he didn't get much from Elon Musk today except for one post on X late this afternoon. It said Robotaxi unveil on August 8th. All right, so what does that mean? Well, a lot of questions here. First of all, what are we talking about in terms of entry into service? Where will the location of the robotaxi be? Certainly not going to be widespread. It'll probably be in one specific area, maybe a geo-fenced area. What's the level of autonomy? Remember, full self-driving is not full self-driving. It's nowhere close to it. And has the technology evolved to the point where it could be? And where's the vehicle going to be manufactured? So as you look at this, this all sets up the question that will come when Tesla reports its Q1 results on April 23rd. A lot of questions will be about the robotaxi because, Brian, at the end of the day, on paper, the robotaxi or any autonomous taxi service makes complete sense. You strip out the driver, you lower the cost. Fantastic. Here's the problem. We are nowhere close to having the level of autonomy widespread where this can take off. Now, has he cracked the code? We'll find out in the months to come.
Well, they're offering up, I think, what is a month of free full self-driving, what they call FSD?
Well, yes, but remember, it's not full self-driving, Brian. It's level 2, level 3 autonomy. You still need to pay attention. Are there parts of a drive where you can take your hands off the wheel and the vehicle will control itself if it's a Tesla with full self-driving? Absolutely. Is it going to take you from point A to point B wherever you are and you don't have to touch that steering wheel? Not a chance. They're not at that level of technology yet.
Phil Lebeau joining us by phone on a pretty big breaking story. Phil, thank you very much. All right, joining us now is Tesla investor and Deepwater Asset Management managing partner, Gene Munster. Gene, we're going to bring you on to talk about kind of something different. Maybe we'll get to it, but I got to ask you, robo-taxis, everyone's been waiting. Is this a big deal?
Brian, it is a big deal, and I think that it's an important context to the investor. Phil framed it in well in terms of what the potential impact is, just higher margin. Before I do that, I want to just mention this is probably coming at the cost of them not pursuing the cheaper Model 2 $25,000 vehicle that was on the table. They've talked about that. That probably is now on pause, and all of the focus is on robotaxi. I suspect the reason why they've made that change here recently is they have more confidence in some of that beta that you were just talking about. The response so far, including our own Andrew Murphy from Deepwater, who's been following this, uses this technology, has been that this is a step function improvement. So we're getting much closer. But I want to put some quick numbers on, Brian, why this is such a big deal, why this is a win for Tesla investors. And it will take a long time to get there, 3, 4, 5 years. But to put in perspective, if they do 1 million robotaxis, that's a number that Elon talked about in 2019, 1 million robotaxis, and those robotaxis earn $250 a day each, and they take a 15% take rate on that, that adds $10 billion to the operating line, the net income line. That is basically double what their current net income is. Again, it'll take a long time to get there, but if you just think about the levers and about shifting this company in a whole different direction back to the growth topic, this has the potential to do that.
Big drop just a few hours ago in those shares intraday on the back of conflicting reports about whether Tesla is abandoning its strategy towards a lower-priced EV.
This is a really interesting one because Reuters put out a report, an exclusive, basically the equivalent of a Bloomberg scoop, so presumably work that they really want to stand by, saying that Tesla has scrapped their low-cost car plans amid fierce Chinese EV competition. So basically saying that 3 sources are saying that they are no longer going to go after the low-cost Tesla that Elon Musk talked about in 2020, that instead they're going to focus on self-driving taxis, and that it's coming from pressure from China EVs, cheap China EVs. But Elon Musk then comes out on X saying that Reuters is lying, in parentheses, again. He then says Reuters is dying. He then does googly eyes to the idea of the robo-taxis. So I think that it's to be seen.
Okay, did any of those tweets actually say whether they were actually abandoning this program or not?
So
Reuters
it's
is
interesting.
lying,
So Reuters then put out a statement
Right.
saying that he has not responded and that he did not address any of the claims specifically outside of just this sort of inflammatory.
So just a broad
speech.
statement that they're lying,
Yes.
but didn't actually address
Did not
the
address
specific
it.
issues.
So there may be
here.
more here to come. But the importance
Yeah.
is that for Tesla, for both the top and the bottom line, we're looking at a high single-digit growth number
Right.
versus 30-40% just a year ago.
Yeah.
So they need the growth. They need this low-cost
Yeah.
Tesla. That's the big deal.